Hello, anime lovers. Welcome to your very own channel, Plot Point Realm. Today, the second season of Demon Slayer is about to begin. In this season, we get the exact same story as the Mugen Train movie, but with a lot more details. So without wasting any time, let's enjoy the video together. The story begins in the pitch-dark night on a fast-moving, mysterious train. A ticket checker is walking through the carriages. There was a deathly silence all around. But suddenly, he feels a presence right behind him. He turns around in terror, and in the blink of an eye, a horrifying demon emerges from the darkness and eats him alive. After this, the scene shifts to a restaurant, where we meet the Flame Hashira himself. Tanjiro Rengoku, completely oblivious to the world, he is devouring his food like crazy, shaking the entire restaurant with every single bite as he shouts, "Umai!" His energy was so intense that no one could guess this man is the ultimate definition of danger. Just then, a young boy from the Demon Slayer Corps arrives and thanks Rengoku from the bottom of his heart for saving a girl's life. Then the restaurant owner reads the newspaper and drops a piece of news that blows everyone's minds. He reveals that from the Mugen Train running on this very railway track, more than 40 people have mysteriously disappeared, and not a single trace of them has been found. This meant danger was extremely close. The scene shifts directly to the railway station, where an old grandmother and her granddaughter are selling bento boxes. The girl is arguing with her mother, saying, "Demons are just nonsense. I don't believe in them at all." Suddenly, Rengoku appears right in front of them and bluntly asks without any hesitation, "Have you seen any demons around here?" Hearing this, the Demon Slayer standing with him panics, thinking, "Brother, if you ask so directly, normal people will get terrified." And that's exactly what happens. The girl gets irritated and angrily throws a bento box straight at Rengoku's face. But our brother Rengoku was absolutely cool. Instead of getting angry, he smiles and says, "Thank you so much for working so hard since early morning, and don't worry, I will chase the demons away from here." After this, he buys every single bento box from that girl. Once Rengoku leaves, the old grandmother tells her granddaughter, in fear, "Let's go home quickly. I don't feel good about this." Now Rengoku boards another train in search of the Mugen Train. The ticket checker there is shocked to see him because that train wasn't for passengers. It was heading to the maintenance shed. Rengoku cheerfully says, "I am just a bento salesman. I need to get to the Mugen Train." As soon as the conductor points toward the shed, Rengoku leaps out of the moving train into thin air. Reaching the shed, Rengoku looks at the massive, rusty Mugen Train. Just then, a maintenance worker approaches. Rengoku gives him a bento box to eat and asks about the train. The worker explains that terrifying rumors have spread about this train. It is completely rusted and is just parked here for inspection. But suddenly, a lightning-fast demon attacks out of the darkness and grabs a little child standing there. Rengoku tries to save him, but the demon's speed is so intense that he is vanishing from sight. The demon looks at the bento boxes lying on the ground and screams with hatred, "I absolutely despise this human garbage food." Before the demon can do anything else, Rengoku, in the blink of an eye, slices off both his arms with his sword and rescues the child. But the demon instantly regenerates his hands and laughs, challenging Rengoku, "If you have the guts, try saving that girl who was selling you bento boxes at the station," and dashes off toward the station at the speed of wind. Rengoku ensures the child is safe and then uses his flame breathing to run so fast that it looks like a fireball racing down the tracks. Over at the station, the demon arrives and catches the bento selling girl. He is about to kill her when her mother, without caring for her own life, starts throwing bento boxes at the demon. Taking advantage of this distraction, the girl runs, but the demon catches her on the railway tracks and begins to strangle her. The girl was about to take her last breath. Then, suddenly there is a loud blast, and Rengoku arrives with lightning speed, slicing off the demon's leg. The demon panics, instantly shifts his position, and lunges to kill the old grandmother standing on the platform. Rengoku gets ahead of him in a flash. The demon proudly says in his heavy voice, "So you made it, but let's see what happens first. Whether you chop my neck off or I take this old woman's life." But before the demon can even finish his sentence, his head is already flying in the air. He couldn't even comprehend when Rengoku severed his neck. Rengoku looks at his dying soul and says in a calm voice, "I told you, do not be so arrogant." Just then, the old grandmother looks at Rengoku's face and the flame symbol on his back and remembers an incident from 20 years ago. Tears stream down her eyes and she says in a trembling voice, "Exactly like this. 20 years ago, a demon slayer saved my life too. Son, you have saved our lives for the second time today." Rengoku smiles and says, "Grandmother, the person who saved your life 20 years ago was none other than my father." Hearing this, the girl who used to think demons were nonsense shivers to her core and starts believing in them. Rengoku laughs out loud at this. Just then, a Kasugai Crow and a soldier from the Demon Slayer Corps arrive and report, "The Mugen Train is ready to run on the tracks again tonight." Rengoku's face grows serious. He understands that this minor demon was only sent to distract his attention. The real nightmare, a highly powerful and dangerous demon, is waiting for them inside the Mugen Train. The scene shifts to the Mugen Train, which was fully prepared to depart. Inosuke is hilariously slamming his head repeatedly against the train, screaming, "This giant thing is a monster!" while Tanjiro is desperately scolding him to stop. On the other hand, Rengoku is sitting inside the train, smiling and enjoying his food. Heroes, namely Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu, have finally entered inside the Mugen Train, where along with Rengoku, they are going to get trapped in such a deep and terrifying conspiracy from which escaping is impossible. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Watch the video till the end because today the demon Enmu's real game is about to begin. So at the starting of the episode, we see that Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu somehow manage to escape from the police and finally reach inside the Mugen Train. As soon as they enter the carriage, the three of them reach Flame Hashira Rengoku. Rengoku instantly recognizes Tanjiro, after which Tanjiro introduces both his friends, Inosuke and Zenitsu, to Rengoku as well. Rengoku lovingly makes Tanjiro sit on the seat next to him and asks in a firm voice, "So, what have you three come here on the train to do?" Tanjiro smiles and tells him, "We three have come here on this mission to help you." Then as soon as he gets a chance, Tanjiro asks Rengoku about his dad's Hinokami Kagura, fire dance, with the help of which he had used a power like fire breathing in that dangerous battle. Tanjiro was hoping that being a Flame Hashira, Rengoku would definitely know about it. But Rengoku flatly refuses and says that he doesn't know anything about the Hinokami Kagura dance. Rengoku further explains the history of breathing styles, stating, "There are only 5 main breathing techniques in the world: flame, water, wind, stone, and thunder. All other breathing techniques in the world are formed by separating from these 5 or combining with them." Then Rengoku asks Tanjiro, "By the way, what is the color of your sword?" Tanjiro tells him, "The color of my sword is black." Hearing this, Rengoku starts laughing out loud and says, "Oh, I have never seen anyone with a black sword become a Hashira in my entire life. But you don't worry, from today, I myself will train you." Although Tanjiro had no interest in becoming Rengoku's student at that time, and he was thinking in his mind that this Hashira is a bit strange, but I can feel that he is a very good human being at heart. On the other hand, our wild Inosuke gets so excited seeing the speed of the train that he hangs out of the window of the moving train and goes to race with the train itself. But Zenitsu catches him at the exact right moment and pulls him back. Just then, Rengoku suddenly becomes serious and says, "All of you must remain absolutely alert now, because demons can come into this train at any time." Hearing this, Zenitsu loses his wits and gets terribly scared because he thought that we were sitting on the train to go and find demons. But here, on the contrary, demons themselves are about to come inside the train. He starts screaming loudly out of fear. Rengoku further explains that more than 40 people have disappeared from this train so far. We also sent a lot of demon slayers here for investigation, but nothing was found about any of them either. They all disappeared too. Just then, the ticket checker, TT, comes into the carriage and starts clipping everyone's tickets while shivering in a strange way. Just by looking at his face, it felt like something was fishy. That TT quietly goes to the next compartment after clipping everyone's tickets. And just then, suddenly the lights of the compartment flicker and a huge and ugly demon manifests there. Rengoku does not waste even a single second. He stands up from his seat and shouts, "Flame breathing, first form, unknowing fire." And in the blink of an eye, a massive whirlwind of fire rises inside the carriage, and Rengoku cuts the demon's neck, severing it from his torso. Just then, Rengoku senses from his Hashira sixth sense that another demon has arrived in the next carriage. Rengoku runs at the speed of wind and puts that second demon to death within a moment. Seeing the demons being killed with such ease and agility, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu become huge fans of Rengoku. The three of them start roaming behind Rengoku and hold his feet, requesting him to make them his students and train them together. Rengoku also laughs and agrees to this, after which everyone sleeps comfortably on their respective seats. But in reality, this was a terrifying trap. The TT runs to a deserted compartment of the train and cries, shouting into the air, "I have done your work! I have punched everyone's tickets! Now quickly give me my reward so that I can meet my dead wife and children in dreams." Just then, a severed, scary tongue and hand come out of the darkness, which could also speak. That demon's hand says to the crying TT, "If you people have done my work with complete honesty, then you too will get very good dreams." And that hand, with its magical power, sends that TT into a deep sleep dream. Apart from that TT, 4 strange and poor children were also standing there, who were ready to do anything to see good dreams, as told by the demon. Actually, all this was the game of Lower Moon 1. Enmu, who was sitting on the roof of the train. His blood demon art was exactly this, that he could put anyone into a permanent dream of their choice through tickets, after which that person would never wake up and would die on his own in the real world. That demon's hand explains to those 4 children, "You have to go inside and tie these magical ropes from your hands to the hands of the sleeping demon slayers. But keep in mind that you do not touch them even by mistake. Because of this rope, you will enter inside their dreams. You have to go there and find their spiritual core and destroy it. As soon as their soul dies, these demon slayers will die forever in the real world too." Those 4 children take the ropes, sit next to Tanjiro and everyone else, and tie themselves to them. Now the scene shifts inside Tanjiro's dream. When Tanjiro comes to his senses, he sees that snow is falling all around. Just then voices come from afar, and his little siblings come running and hug him. Crying, they take Tanjiro to their house, where Tanjiro's mother and the whole family were standing alive and smiling. Tanjiro doesn't understand anything at first, and tears start flowing from his eyes. He gets emotional and starts thinking that his family's death at the hands of demons was just a terrifying nightmare, and this happy life is his real reality. But just then, Tanjiro realizes that in this entire family, his beloved sister Nezuko is nowhere to be seen. In the very last scene of the episode, we are shown that terrifying and cunning Lower Moon 1 demon, Enmu, standing on the roof of the Mugen Train, who was smiling cruelly while looking into the air because Flame Hashira Rengoku, along with all 3 demon slayers, were completely caught in his trap.
Zenitsu sees himself in an extreme, holding our lovely Nezuko's hand. He plucks peaches for Nezuko and is completely lost in his own simping world. On the other hand, Inosuke considers himself the king of a dense forest and a cave. In his dream, Tanjiro has become a raccoon, Zenitsu a mouse, and Nezuko a rabbit, who are Inosuke's disciples. Inosuke is chasing a huge and strange-looking train monster and shouting, "Come on, my disciples, destroy this monster. Jungle." Now the scene shifts to the subconscious world of Flame Hashira Rengoku. In reality, that girl had reached inside his dream through the magical rope tied to Rengoku's hand. She finds the center of Rengoku's soul, meaning the spiritual core, which was bright red, just like a blazing fire. As soon as that girl tries to destroy that core with her sharp tool, the body of Rengoku, who is asleep in the real world, moves on its own. Without even opening his eyes, in his sleep, Rengoku's hand rises with the speed of lightning, and he grabs that girl's throat, pinning her to the seat. Inside the dream, that girl becomes completely paralyzed because the grip of Rengoku's sleeping body was so iron-like that her breath starts to stop. Seeing how Nezuko comes out of her box and sees that Tanjiro is fast asleep and tears are flowing from his eyes. Nezuko gets worried and shakes Tanjiro repeatedly, but Tanjiro does not wake up. Nezuko gets angry and, to wake Tanjiro up, she slams her head straight onto Tanjiro's forehead. But brother, Tanjiro, mother and siblings. He knew that all of this was fake, but still, leaving his family again was the biggest pain in the world for him. Crying, Tanjiro turns back and starts running toward the forest. Just then, his youngest brother Rakuta comes crying from behind and grabs Tanjiro's coat. "Big brother, don't leave us and go." Tanjiro hugs Rakuta and says, crying bitterly, "Forgive me, Rakuta. I wish I could have saved you. I wish all this was true. But I have to go. Your Nezuko sister needs me." Stealing his heart, Tanjiro leaves his crying family behind and dashes toward the snowy forest. While running, Tanjiro reaches the boundary of that dream, where he finds Enmu's magical child who had come to destroy his soul. Tanjiro was not able to understand how to get out of this dream. Just then, in the haze of the dream, Tanjiro sees the shadow of his late father. His father gives a hint in a serious voice. "Tanjiro, cut what needs to be cut. Destroy the thing that is holding you back here." Tanjiro understands the meaning of his father's words. There was no other door to wake up. If he wants to come to his senses in the real world, he will have to take his own life inside this very dream. With tearful eyes, Tanjiro draws his Nichirin sword, places it on his neck and says to himself, "If I die in the dream, I will wake up in reality." In the beginning of the episode, we see that the boy was still present inside Tanjiro's dream. His job was to destroy Tanjiro's soul. But then, suddenly, some small, cute creatures appear there. They all take that boy near Tanjiro's core. Then the boy says, "In surprise, I came to destroy his soul." "Then why have you brought me here?" But as soon as he sees Tanjiro's soul, his eyes fill with tears. Because Tanjiro's soul was not dark like other people's. It was completely clean, calm, and full of light. The boy says while crying, "Such a good human. I have never seen one until today." Over there in the real world, Tanjiro had realized that he was still seeing a dream. Then, without thinking for a second, he picks up his sword and cuts his own neck. And the very next moment, his eyes open. Tanjiro gets up quickly and first looks at Nezuko. Then he asks anxiously, "Nezuko, are you all right?" After some time, Tanjiro notices that all the other people in the train were still sleeping deeply. And some children had tied their hands to the hands of the demon slayers. Then Tanjiro feels a strange smell from his ticket. In that smell, there was the stench of demon blood. Tanjiro immediately understands that Enmu had used his blood demon art through these tickets. Then Tanjiro says to Nezuko, "Nezuko, can you burn these ropes?" And Nezuko immediately uses her blood demon art. Her fire burns all those ropes. After this, Tanjiro tries to wake everyone else up. But no one wakes up. Then suddenly all those children wake up and attack Tanjiro in anger. Those children shout and say, "You are coming in our way. Now we won't get good dreams." Tanjiro did not want to kill them, because he had understood that these children were doing this only because of sorrow and poverty. That is why he makes them unconscious without hurting them. But among those children, that boy, who had gone into Tanjiro's dream, he does not attack Tanjiro. Because he had changed after seeing Tanjiro's goodness. Now Tanjiro moves forward to fight that demon alone. And by following his smell, he understands that the demon is present on the roof of the train. A few seconds later, Tanjiro reaches the roof of the train. There, Enmu was waiting for him. Enmu says while smiling, "How did you wake up from your dream, after all? Did I not show you a good dream?" Then he says, while laughing, "Why don't I show you the dream of your father this time?" Then Enmu's eyes fall on Tanjiro's earrings, and suddenly his face fills with happiness. He thinks to himself, he has come to me on his own. If I kill him, then Muzan-sama will be very happy. Then Tanjiro, without wasting time, uses the water-breathing 10th form. But Enmu immediately activates his blood demon art, and Tanjiro goes into sleep again. But the very next moment, Tanjiro returns to reality by cutting his own neck. Seeing this, Enmu gets scared for the first time. Then he starts sending Tanjiro into dreams again and again. But every time Tanjiro returns by killing himself. Enmu thinks in shock, killing himself again and again. How is this human able to do this after all? Has his brain gone bad? Slowly, Tanjiro was reaching closer and closer to Enmu. Then Enmu shows him another scary dream. This time Tanjiro sees his house. But his family was not talking to him lovingly. His father says in anger, "You could not even save your family. You turned out to be completely useless." Then his mother says, with tear-filled eyes, "You should have died that day. You ran away, leaving us alone." Hearing this, Tanjiro's heart breaks. But the very next moment, he opens his eyes in anger. He shouts and says, "My family will never say this." And in that same anger, he cuts Enmu's neck. But then Tanjiro realizes that something is wrong. He starts thinking, how did he die so easily? And then he gets to know that Enmu had already fused his body with the entire train, meaning Tanjiro had not cut his real neck at all. The very next moment, the entire train starts changing. Flesh, eyes, and creepy tentacles spread everywhere. Enmu says while laughing, "There are 200 humans in this train. Will you be able to save everyone alone? In some time, all these will become a part of my body." Tanjiro immediately tries to attack Enmu, but he disappears inside the train. Now Tanjiro is completely in tension. He thinks, "I can save at most 2 bogies alone." Then he shouts loudly, "Rengoku, Inosuke, Zenitsu, I need you guys. Wake up quickly." And then, suddenly, Inosuke's eyes open. He pulls out his swords without understanding anything and starts cutting the flesh spread inside the train. Then he shouts loudly, "Lord Inosuke Hashibira has arrived." Just then, Inosuke starts using his beast breathing without wasting any time. Beast breathing, fang pierce. He quickly starts cutting those flesh tentacles that were trying to swallow the passengers. Inosuke shouts loudly, "I will save everyone. No one will die while Lord Inosuke is here." But at that very time, Enmu starts laughing. His voice echoes throughout the entire train. "The more you guys cut me, the faster I will regenerate. And when you get tired, then I will eat all these passengers." The very next moment, the entire train gets covered with Enmu's giant tentacles. Creepy flesh had spread everywhere. Just then, Tanjiro breaks the window and comes inside the train, and he sees that there are only tentacles and tentacles everywhere. Tanjiro immediately uses water breathing. Water breathing. 4th form, striking tide. His water slashes continuously start cutting those tentacles, but Tanjiro gets shocked, because the more tentacles he cut, the faster they would grow back. Enmu then says, laughing, "There is no use of this. You cannot stop me." Over there, Nezuko was also busy saving the passengers. She was cutting the tentacles with her demon powers. But just then, Enmu grabs her hands and feet. Nezuko tries to free herself, but she was trapped. And just then, suddenly a yellow flash is seen with the speed of lightning. Zenitsu was fighting in his sleep itself. Thunder breathing. 1st form, thunderclap and flash. In just a single moment, he cuts all the tentacles and saves Nezuko. Zenitsu says softly, "I will save Nezuko-chan at any cost." And as soon as he says this much, he goes back to sleep again. Over there, Tanjiro hears the sound of thunder from afar. He thinks in surprise, did Zenitsu wake up? Just then, we see Rengoku. Seeing the destruction all around, he says to himself, while I was sleeping, so much happened. Being a Hashira, I am feeling ashamed of myself. And the very next moment, Rengoku activates his flame breathing. Flame breathing. In just one attack, he burns the tentacles of the entire carriage. The entire train starts shaking. Tanjiro feels that explosion from afar and thinks, did some other demon attack? After this, Rengoku tells everyone the plan. He says, there are a total of 8 carriages in the train. I will protect the back 5 carriages. Nezuko and Zenitsu will handle the rest of the passengers. And Tanjiro, Inosuke, you two find Enmu's neck and cut it. Saying this much, Rengoku moves forward with lightning speed. Now Tanjiro and Inosuke were running on top of the train. Just then, Inosuke activates his beast breathing. Beast breathing 7th form, spatial awareness. His senses spread throughout the entire train. Then he says, shouting, I found it! The demon's neck is toward the front. Tanjiro starts thinking Rengoku is saving the passengers. Zenitsu and Nezuko are also fighting. Inosuke found the neck. Now I must also complete my job. Just then, suddenly, the train driver comes there. There was a knife in his hand, and he was about to attack Inosuke. But at that very time, Enmu's tentacles grab Inosuke. Tanjiro immediately uses water breathing. Water breathing, 6th form, whirlpool. His attack cuts all the tentacles, and Inosuke gets saved. Now both had finally reached the demon's neck. But just as Tanjiro is about to attack, Enmu tries to send him to sleep again. Tanjiro had understood that if he kept his eyes open, he would get trapped again. Then he says to Inosuke, if you get trapped in a dream, attack your own neck. Only then will you be able to wake up. But the very next moment, Tanjiro himself goes into a dream again. His family appears in front of him, and he is almost about to cut his real neck. But just then, Inosuke grabs his hand. He says, shouting, this is not a dream, you fool. Don't kill yourself. Then Inosuke says proudly, I am the Mountain Lord. Seeing my beautiful boar eyes, this demon must have gotten scared. Tanjiro gets a little confused hearing his words, but he had understood that Inosuke saved his life. Just then, suddenly that same train conductor attacks again with a knife, but this time, Tanjiro himself comes in between, and the knife stabs into his body. Inosuke gets shocked. Tanjiro, are you all right? Tanjiro says, smiling even in pain. I am fine. Then he takes the conductor away from there safely because he did not want to let any human die. But Inosuke shouts in anger, hurry up! If we don't cut the demon's neck, everyone will die. The very next moment, Enmu brings out his giant tentacles and attacks both of them. Tanjiro and Inosuke move forward while dodging those attacks at full speed. Then Tanjiro says, we have to match our attacks. Inosuke shouts, getting excited. Now the real fun begins. Both move forward together while cutting the tentacles. Now they had reached very close to the demon. Inosuke shouts, follow me. Beast-breathing fang slice. He exposes Enmu's neck. And at that very moment, Tanjiro uses his most powerful technique. Hinokami Kagura Clear Blue Sky. His blazing slash falls straight onto Enmu's neck. Enmu starts screaming in pain. But before dying, he attacks the entire train. Just then, Rengoku, Zenitsu, and Nezuko get busy saving all the passengers. And the very next moment, the entire Mugen Train derails. The entire Mugen Train had derailed. Fire, smoke, and the screams of people were echoing everywhere. Tanjiro gets thrown far away into the air and crashes onto the ground. He was badly injured. Blood was continuously flowing from his body. Meanwhile, Inosuke also falls down, but he lands on the demon's flesh. Because of that, he doesn't get hurt much. He immediately runs toward Tanjiro. "Oh yeah, Tanjiro, you're alive, right?" Tanjiro says while breathing in pain. "I won't be able to move for a while. You go and save the others." But then suddenly Tanjiro remembers the train driver. In a weak voice he asks, "Is that driver okay?" Hearing this, Inosuke gets irritated. "Let him die. He was the one who stabbed you, and you still care about him?" But Tanjiro still says he's a human. We have to save him. That was the thing that made Tanjiro different from everyone else. Even after being in such terrible condition, he still wanted to save his enemies. If you were in Tanjiro's place, would you save that man too? At that moment, Inosuke goes silent, and without saying anything, he goes to help him. Meanwhile, Tanjiro starts controlling his breathing. He was trying to stop the blood flow, because if the bleeding didn't stop, he could die. But then, suddenly a small piece of Enmu's body crawls toward them. His voice was trembling. "Why can't I regenerate? Did I lose?" He looks fearfully toward the sky. "I still wanted to do so much. I couldn't even eat a single human. My entire plan was destroyed." Then angrily he says, "This all happened because of that Hashira. I had so many humans and still I couldn't do anything." So this is the power of a Hashira. Then he remembers Zenitsu, that boy in yellow clothes. He wasn't even fully awake, and still he was that fast. And then he remembers Nezuko, and that demon girl who was fighting for humans. How did Master Muzan allow that traitor to stay alive? Now Enmu was completely broken. Looking toward Tanjiro, he says, "This all happened because of you. If I had even a little more strength, I would have killed all of you." Then he starts comparing himself to the upper moons. The upper rank demons haven't lost for years. Even Hashiras can't do anything against them. And I turned out to be this weak. Slowly, his body starts turning into ashes. And in the very next moment, Enmu disappears forever. But then, suddenly the atmosphere changes. The entire area starts trembling because of a terrifying presence. At that moment, Rengoku slowly walks toward Tanjiro. He fixes Tanjiro's breathing so he won't lose more blood. Then he smiles and says, "All the passengers on the train are safe. Some are injured, but no one died." Hearing this, Tanjiro finally breathes in relief. But then, step, 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 someone was walking toward them. Tanjiro looks up, and his eyes widen in fear. A demon, whose presence felt completely different from the others. Written in his eyes was upper rank 3 Akaza. Tanjiro's body starts trembling, because for the first time, he was seeing an upper moon. And then, without any warning, Akaza attacks Tanjiro directly. But in the very next moment, slash! Rengoku cuts off his arm. Tanjiro was already shocked. But what happened next was even more terrifying. Akaza's arm instantly regenerated, as if nothing had even happened. Akaza starts smiling. Then while looking at Rengoku, he says, "You are very strong. Someone this strong shouldn't die. Become a demon." The entire atmosphere suddenly becomes silent. Akaza continues, "You're human. In a few years you'll grow old, and then you'll die. But if you become a demon, you can live for thousands of years." At that moment, Rengoku's eyes become serious. Slowly he says, "Growing old. Dying. That is what makes humans beautiful. Don't mistake it for weakness." Hearing this, Akaza's smile disappears. In a cold voice, he says, "Then now, I'll have to kill you." And in the very next second, boom. Both of them charge at each other. Their speed was so insane that Tanjiro and Inosuke couldn't even properly see them. Only explosions were visible everywhere. Rengoku continuously uses his flame breathing. With every slash, flames rise into the sky. But the problem was, Akaza instantly healed every injury. Rengoku cuts off his arm, and it grows back again. His body felt completely immortal. Then Akaza says again, "This is the difference between humans and demons. You can still become a demon." But Rengoku angrily attacks him again. Now he was using every breathing form he had. The entire forest starts glowing because of the flames. Tanjiro was trembling while watching this fight. He had already realized this battle was the most dangerous fight so far. Then suddenly Rengoku prepares his strongest attack. Flame breathing, fifth form, Flame Tiger. A gigantic tiger made of flames rushes directly toward Akaza. The attack hits Akaza head on. Inosuke excitedly screams, "Did he do it? Did we win?" But then, from inside the smoke, Akaza stands up again. And this time, even Rengoku looked badly injured. Rengoku had become terribly exhausted from fighting continuously. There were deep wounds on his body. Blood was flowing continuously. But on the other hand, there was not even a single scratch on Akaza's body. His regeneration was so dangerous that after every attack of Rengoku, he would heal instantly. Just then, Akaza says, smiling, "Can't you see? Even if you keep fighting until death, still, you won't be able to defeat me? Whatever wounds you gave me, they all have been healed. And just look at yourself. Your wounds might probably never heal in your life." Then he slowly comes close to Rengoku. "If you were a demon, you would have healed yourself in the blink of an eye. Rengoku, become a demon." But just then, Rengoku tightly grips his sword again. There was no fear in his eyes, only determination. He says softly, "I will fulfill my duty. No matter what happens, no one will die here today." And the very next moment, Rengoku uses his most powerful technique. Flame breathing, ninth form, Rengoku. The entire forest lights up with the glow of fire. Seeing such a dangerous aura, Akaza gets excited. He says, laughing, "Yes, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Now you will have to become a demon. Think Rengoku. The two of us can fight forever, for eternity." But just then, boom! The attacks of both clash, and a terrible explosion occurs. For a few seconds, the entire area becomes silent. Then the smoke clears. And what is seen? Tanjiro's breath stops seeing it. Akaza's hand was straight through Rengoku's stomach. Tanjiro shouts in shock, "Rengoku!" But even after sustaining such an injury, there was no fear in Rengoku's eyes. Just then, Akaza says, "You know, right? This wound will kill you. Then why don't you save yourself? Just become a demon." And just then, Rengoku starts remembering his mother's words. Young Rengoku asks his mother, "Am I stronger than others?" Then his mother says, smiling, "So that you can protect weak people with your strength. People who are God-gifted. It is their duty to help others. You will never use your strength to cause pain to people. This is exactly the duty of strong people." Coming back to the present, Rengoku's eyes start shining again, and suddenly he grabs Akaza's neck. Now Akaza starts to panic for the first time. He punches Rengoku's face, but Rengoku stops his hand. Just then, Akaza notices the sun was about to rise. Now if he doesn't run, then he will die. Akaza tries to free his hand using all his strength. But Rengoku was just not letting him go. He wanted to stop Akaza until his last breath. If Tanjiro had been a little faster at that same time, then maybe Akaza would have been finished right there. Do you think if Tanjiro had reached a little earlier, Akaza could have died? Just then, Tanjiro also runs with his sword. Inosuke also comes to attack. Akaza was now completely scared. And suddenly, he breaks both his hands so that he can free himself and run away. Then he starts running toward the forest. Just then, Tanjiro uses his Hinokami Kagura and throws his sword toward Akaza with all his strength. Slash! That sword goes and pierces into Akaza's body. But even then, Akaza runs away. And just then, Tanjiro starts shouting loudly, "Why are you running? Coward! Come back and fight! Rengoku is stronger than you. He didn't kill anyone, yet he won." Hearing this even, Akaza does not look back and disappears into the forest. Just then, Tanjiro falls to his knees and starts crying. But Rengoku was still smiling. He says softly, "Don't shout so much. Otherwise, your wounds will open up." Then he calls Tanjiro close to him. "You go to my house." The notes of the former Flame Hashira are kept there. Maybe in them you will find out something about Hinokami Kagura. Then he says, "My little brother, tell him to follow his heart. And tell my father to take care of himself." Gradually, dawn begins to break. And in his final moments, Rengoku sees his mother. Rengoku asks softly, "Did I fulfill my duty properly?" His mother says, smiling, "I am proud of you, my son." Hearing this, Rengoku starts smiling, and while smiling, he dies. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke start crying loudly. Inosuke tries to stop them. "Stop crying! Rengoku was not weak." But after a few seconds, he himself starts crying too. Over there, all the Hashira get the news of Rengoku's death, and the entire Demon Slayer Corps sinks into grief. Then Master says softly, "Rengoku fought very bravely. He didn't let even a single human die. After some time, I will also die. Then I will be able to meet Rengoku and the rest of my children." With this, the Mugen Train arc ends forever. But Rengoku's final smile, perhaps no anime fan will ever be able to forget.